Now, the controversy around senior appointments in the Tshwane mayoral office continues. Previn Govender has just been named acting city manager. However, prior to his appointment while he was head of emergency services, his qualifications were being investigated. His predecessor, Moeketsi Mosola, was suspended for falsifying information on verification processes. And earlier in the year, the mayor's chief of staff, Marietha Aucamp, resigned after lying about her qualifications. The City of Tshwane claims it uses the South African Qualifications Authority to verify the qualifications of senior managers before appointing them. Let's get reaction to that. I'm joined in studio by SAQA Deputy CEO Reddy. Julie, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about this process, not just for the City of Tshwane, but for many other institutions. Do they check in with you, and how does that work?
Well, firstly, I must clarify that the City of Tshwane does not have a contract with us. In 2010, the Department of Public Service and Administration issued a directive that all public service officials, all public appointments, must have their qualifications verified through SAQA. So we enter into agreements with a lot of public entities to do the verifications of qualifications of existing and mostly future employees, you know, that they seek to appoint.
Right. So the City of Tshwane
does not have a contract with SAQA, so it doesn't use our services.
So Mr. Reddy was not checked by you guys?
Not SAQA, but there are other verification agencies.
Right.
But they didn't use SAQA.
We understand that he got a qualification from a fire training institute that is registered with SAQA. Is that the case?
No. Our position is, you know, we looked into our documents and our records. The qualification in question is not registered on the National Qualifications Framework, and it's not been given a level. Now, there is a lot of learning that does not lead to registered and accredited qualifications.
Okay.
And it might be the case that this person's learning did not lead to an accredited qualification or a qualification registered on the South African National Qualifications Framework.
So that would mean they have the learning, but they're just not qualified.
It's not a nationally recognized and registered qualification.
So in that case, does it mean that somebody lied about their qualifications?
Not necessarily, you know, and we don't even call it fraudulent. We call misrepresentation if we do not find it. But there are a lot of instances where, as part of their professional development, people take on short courses that are not registered on the NQF, or part qualifications that are not registered on the National Qualifications Framework, and they just seek to do it as part of their continuous professional development. So it is possible that this person got their learning, but not through a registered qualification on the National Qualifications Framework.
What then needs to happen? It seems there's a gap somewhere there. So when you do go and you look for a job and you say, well, I've done the course, it's just that it's not recognized. How do we bridge that gap?
Well, in a lot of cases, you know, we really encourage people to work within the legal framework and the regulatory framework. You know, a lot of changes have happened since 1994 to try to get people to recognize their learning, given our history. And so SAQA has a national policy on recognition of prior learning. RPL is the common term used. And people can ask to be assessed against the learning outcomes of a qualification that is registered on the National Qualifications Framework.
Right.
And they can ask for RPL to be conducted and then be able to achieve credits, you know, towards a qualification or a part qualification. So that is an option open to them.
So what do you make of this whole situation with Mr. Govender?
Well, firstly, I think, you know, you cannot claim a qualification or a certification that you have not achieved. I don't know about Mr. Govender's situation and, you know, what exactly he claimed to have. What we are saying is, SAQA's position is we were not asked to verify the qualification. We have a database of 19 million records on our National Learners Records database, and we use evidence-based information to verify a qualification. If we are able to confirm the achievement of the qualification in the name of the person who claims it. We will then verify and, give a positive response. If we're not able to find it, we will say that we're not able to verify the qualification. And if we find misrepresentation, then it gets reported to the Minister of Higher Education and Training. But we're not allowed to call it fraud because only a court of law can make that determination.
Right. And in this case, you did not find Mr. Govender?
Well, we were not asked to verify his qualifications, so we're not actually in the loop of trying to, even being asked to verify his qualifications. We were never approached in the first place.
Because the city is not contracted.
Yes, with SAQA.
Thank you very much for your time this morning. Very insightful. Thank you very much.